Mark Kiefner is a Platinum Award-winning songwriter and lyricist. He has built a career not on algorithms but on emotional truth. What you'll be watching is where every great song begins. A person, an instrument, and something they needed to say. This is the part most people never see. The decisions, the deletions, the moment you try something and it's wrong and you know it's wrong because you've trained your ear for decades to hear the difference.
This song is called Catch You on the Other Side. I wrote it as a tribute for a good friend of mine, Alan O'Day. I don't know if you remember him. He had a hit back in 1977, I think, called Undercover Angel, and he was actually the artist on it too. They did the demo originally, but they couldn't find anybody else that delivered it like he did, so they launched him as an artist, and he became the oldest artist at the time to have a hit, 37 years old.
Then I heard a voice beside me, and she softly said, "Wonder is your nightlight, magic is your dream." And as I held her, she said, "See what I mean."
I write songs a lot of different ways, but I wrote this one from the heart for him because he's been gone for about 5 years now, and I never really got to say goodbye. So this was just my way of connecting with him and connecting to a deeper fabric of inner truth within myself that believes that there is a connection on the other side, and our loved ones are still there. So anyway, on a song like this, I generally don't write with tracks. I don't start with loops or anything like that. I want to let the lyric and the melody lead me. I started messing around with what I wanted to say and created a vision of where I wanted it to go. And the first thought was, I can't believe this is the end. So that became the opening lyric, which was really cool. And that kind of just sent me on the path down to write the whole thing. So I can't believe this is the end. So much left to say. I don't know where to begin. It's not my choice, you're leaving. Time for you to fly. That don't mean it's easy trying to say goodbye. Spent so long believing we would always be together, catching shows, hanging with friends. Turns out there's no forever, every story has to end. Holding on to hope someday you'll be there when I call, and we'll do it all again. I'll catch you on the other side, and together we can watch the sunrise. I'll catch you when the moon hangs low. Roll the top down and just let the wind blow. Sometimes all it takes is time. You know I'm gonna keep the dream.
Notice what's already working. The melody, the chord movement, the lyrics sitting perfectly on the rhythm. This is musicianship. This is craft that took years to build, and it cannot be prompted.
That's the gist of it. So
When the production is complete, Mark runs the final mix through AI mastering.
here we are inside the Suno interface, and what I've done here is flown in my original audio track of the music that I came up with, and then I did a really rough work vocal. A lot of interesting things on the interface. You can just pinch, open or close to make it bigger or smaller. Of course, these buttons here are for if you want to hear it or not hear it. And then you have volume, and then you have panning left or right if you want to go that way. And there's a lot of interfaces. Something that's good to do before you cover whatever tracks you want or recreate is you go here, and this will give you a screen for styles, which is also used for prompts. In other words, if I wanted to make this a a hip-hop groove, I could just put hip-hop or house remix or whatever, and then done, and then we'll apply those prompts to whatever you cover. Another space here is for lyrics, which you can fly in the whole lyric to a song if it has lyrics in it, and then it applies that.
I hope someday you'll be there when I call, and we'll do it all again. I'll catch you on the other side,
and together we can watch the sunrise. Yeah, I put some goofy artifacts into the vocals, and the timing seems to be off from the way I created it. Nonetheless, once I hit cover, I have to like highlight these, command, click, and then you can either remix the selection or cover it. And what it will do is create a new version of it. So I've already done that, so we don't need to go through that step. Create, and then what you get, then I'm going to mute these tracks and I'll play what I came up with.
And what comes out the other side is this.
I can't believe this is the end. So much left to say. I don't know where to begin. It's not my choice, you're leaving. Time for you to fly. That don't mean it's easy trying to say goodbye. I spent so long believing we would always be together, catching shows, hanging with friends. Turns out there's no forever, every story has to end. I'm holding on to hope someday you'll be there when I call, and we'll do it all again. I'll catch you on the other side, and together we can watch the sunrise. I'll catch you when the moon hangs low. Roll the top down and just let the wind blow. Sometimes all it takes is time. You know I'm gonna keep the dream alive. I'll catch you on the other side. Yesterday I almost laughed, thinking about that night we were looking.
After I had finished the guitar vocal version, I tried to do some track myself, and it was really cool, but it was kind of funky, like, you know, and not the kind of thing that really went with it. I liked it, but I didn't love with it. It still didn't reflect the original heart of the song. So that's when it hit me. Okay, well, it's time to try AI. So I went into Suno and got the professional version of that so that I could use Studio. It's called Suno Studio. It's really a rudimentary DAW, digital audio workstation. So very limited on what you can do, but I watched a quick tutorial and kind of figured I could do some stuff. And I flew in the original track I had. Important to note, it was a complete structure with all the chord changes, all the nuances that I wanted in there, the beats, the feel was not what I wanted. The beats and the changes and structure were great, melody in the ballpark, lyrics, everything was there. But I wanted to see what AI would do. So this was a kind of an explosive moment for me. And that's when I flew it in.
A platinum-level songwriter, a finished radio-ready track, and an AI tool that had the wisdom to stay in its lane to serve the song, not reshape it. This is what Craft First looks like at the finish line.
I'll catch you on the other side, and together we can watch the sunrise.